Hi, Ellabelle. It's Mommy. Here I am. I'm helping you study for your very first geography quiz. I guess it's a test, really, for 5th grade in Mrs. Selta's class. And your first test is the map of the United States of America. So with the help of Mrs. Alexander on YouTube, I wanted to record for you the 50 Nifty United States, and I'm going to use this beautiful flag to point out all the states that you need to know. Okay, so when we start, you're going to look at the map. It's a beautiful map, right? And you're going to start with the word can't, okay? C-A-N-T, can't. California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. And I wrote it right on the bottom of the page. California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. C-A-N-T, California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. Okay, right above California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas, the word can't, goes the word NUCK, N-U-C-K, NUCK. That stands for Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Kansas, right? So we have can't, C for California, which is all the way here, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and NUCK, Nevada, which is right next to California, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, and Kansas. So now you're going to have 8 of them on your test, and you'll do those 8 first. When you do the K for Kansas, you're going to make a line just like Mommy did. Okay, here's your map. You're going to make a line that goes from right here above Texas. You're going to go K and a line. And on the top of your paper, you'll write Ks. So you remember to fill these Ks in, right where the K for NUCK is. You're going to start with North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska has a K here. Kansas was already done for you because you did that. And Oklahoma. Here's the K for North Dakota. Here's the K for South Dakota. And north comes first. North is up, south is down. North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, which was there, and Oklahoma. O-K-L-A-H-O-M-A, Oklahoma. That's a Broadway show. So now you have your Ks. So first you did can't, California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. Then you did Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Kansas, NUCK. Then you did the Ks. You went up the line. You wrote Ks, and you do North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma. North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma. North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, right? So you'll have your Ks done. Then, right next to the Ks, you're going to go right here to Montana. And if you see the little mountains that are over here, see this whole choppy line? This whole choppy line is a mountain, mountain, mountain. Those are the mountains of Montana. Helena, Montana. That's Hannah Montana's sister, Helena. Helena, Montana. And then you go next door to Montana and you see an I, what looks like an I. So that's Boise, Idaho. And I know you know the clue for Idaho, Boise. Then next to that, you don't want to fall in the ocean. Whoa! Mountains, I, and whoa. This would be water. If you fall off, you'd fall into the water. So that would be W-O. Right here, W-O. Washington and Oregon. Olympia, Washington, and Salem, Oregon. Don't fall in the water. Whoa. So here we have Kant, California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. Nuck, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Kansas. The K with all the K's. Then you move over to Montana, Mountains, Montana, Helena, Montana. I for Idaho. And whoa, Washington and Oregon. Don't fall in the ocean. Here's the ocean. And if you even want to look here, there's like a little O here. You could remember that there's a little curve here. Or you could remember that the ocean's on this side. O for ocean. Whoa. And then you'll have everything here filled out except for one in the middle. And that's going to be Wyoming. And it says, why did you forget me? Why? Why for Wyoming? Why? And it's because she's so shy. And her capital is Cheyenne. Cheyenne, Wyoming. So this was the West Coast. Okay. We had California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Kansas, all the K's, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma. Then we went to Montana. Then we went to Washington, Oregon, and we didn't fall in the ocean. And then we didn't forget about Wyoming. Why did you forget me? We didn't. You are shy. Cheyenne, Wyoming. Okay, now we're going to go to the middle. This is the middle. Okay? This is like the Midwest. So we're going to write Mimmel instead of middle, M-I-M-A-L. Right on the top. You can write that right next to the K's. On the top of your paper, on your desk. Mimmel, M-I-M-A-L. And then fill it out. M for Minnesota, I for Iowa, M for Missouri, A for Arkansas, L for Louisiana. And Louisiana is shaped like an L. Mimmel, Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana. St. Paul, Minnesota, Des Moines, Iowa. Missouri, Jefferson City, Missouri. Little Rock, Arkansas, and Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Mimmel, middle, the middle of the map. Mimmel, M-I-M-A-L, Mimmel, right? Okay, so you did that. So now you're going to go right next to this middle. You're going to go right next to it. Okay, right next to Minnesota and Iowa, right here. You're going to do a slide. Whee! Slide down. Whee! That's W-I-I for whee! Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana. Whee! Madison, Wisconsin, Springfield, Illinois. You can't spring in the field if you're ill. And Indianapolis, Indiana. Get all the apples. Whee! Why did you slide down? Because it was slippery. Here's the mop. Slippery from the mop. You have your slide, and it's a slippery slide. So you had Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, whee! And it's wet from the mop. Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. It's slippery. Whee! Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana. Slippery from the mop. Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania. Wee and mop. Wee and mop. Right next to the middle. Mimmel, wee, mop. Got it? Mimmel, down the middle. Go right next to it and swing, wee, down the slide, wee, and to the mop. M-O-P, mop, because it's slippery. Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania. Now, once you have this done, the middle, the slide, and the mop, the slippery slide, you're going to go right up to Maine. Now, we remember Maine because the capital is Augusta. Augusta, Maine. And that's our baby August. So after you fill out Maine, you're gonna go right to the little baby that you can find. It's yellow. It's right here, see? Rhode Island. Rhode Island. That's where Evie's visiting. Evie's family is from this little state, Rhode Island. And you do baby August, and then you do where he is in his little island in paradise next to the ocean, Rhode Island. And then you could make a heart right next to it, and that's where you go to cheerlead. So Hartford, Connecticut. So Augusta, Maine, baby August in Rhode Island, Hartford, Connecticut with the heart. And then if you turn your paper, you'll see New York, Albany. And that also looks like a heart, right? Right here, Albany, New York. And then I just colored Long Island just because it's not a state, but that's where we live. Long Island is in New York. Okay, so then after you do Maine, Rhode Island, Hartford, Connecticut, and Albany, New York, I would say you can fill in the middle. And the middle of these ones that you just filled out are envious. They are NV. New Hampshire, which looks like an N, and V right here, Vermont. And after you do Vermont, which is a V, this is very silly. We can't tell anybody this. We want to do the next V. So jump down here and look for the V. Look for the vagina. The vagina. Virginia. Don't write vagina. It's Virginia. And here's the little pecker. Virginia, vagina, and the little pecker. Virginia and West Virginia. And they're married. Virginia and West Virginia are married. And then look for the other couple. North Carolina and South Carolina. Here they are. North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and West Virginia. They're married. These two are married, and these two are married. Okay? And so after you have those, you can say they're married. And then you're going to fill in these little ones over here. You have your mop. You have the two married ones. And now there's 3 inside here that you would say is where you travel for cheer. So they're right under Hartford, Connecticut. This is where you travel on the East Coast. We live here, right here on Long Island. And when we get in our car and travel for our cheer competitions, we go from Long Island and then we go on the bridge. Remember, we go on the bridge. And then what's next to Long Island? New Jersey. So New York is right here. New York, Long Island is right here. New York, then New Jersey. Then we go over that big, beautiful bridge, the Delaware Memorial Bridge. We're at Dover, Delaware. And then after Dover, Delaware, we go where Mommy went to school, 3 hours away, where Aunt Kayleen lived, Maryland, Annapolis, Maryland. Okay, so we live in New York, and then we drive. We drive to New Jersey, we drive to Delaware, and then we drive to Maryland, Ocean City, Maryland. And that's where you do all your cheer competitions on the East Coast. So that would be very, very silly if you forget that. Okay, and let's just see. Right here, Hartford, Connecticut. Remember when we filled out, we did baby August for Maine, and then we did that little baby right here, Rhode Island, and then our heart is in Connecticut because that's where you cheer. Hartford, Connecticut, and New York. Okay, so you just remember those. New York looks like a heart, and then you filled out a few more things, but after New York, when you see Long Island right here, you go to New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland. You go down. Okay, so now you have everything filled out over here. And make sure that if you do the little pecker, West Virginia, you do the big pecker, Florida. It's so silly, I know. the little pecker and the big pecker. Make sure you do that. And then make sure you think of all your favorite people. So we did baby August and we did Albany for where we live, Albany, New York. And then there's 2 in the middle right here. Kentucky is Poppy's favorite. He sings, we're going to Kentucky, we're going to the fair to see the senoritas with flowers in her hair. Hey, so Poppy's name is Frank. He sings the song Frank in the Fort. He sings the song Going to Kentucky. And right under Kentucky, Poppy's state is Tyler State, Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee is where Elvis lives. That's where all the guitars are played and it's a big music state. So this is the musical state. So just think of Tyler is 10. You're not 10 yet. You're gonna be 10, but right now Tyler is 10. So while you take this test, think of Poppy singing Going to Kentucky and think of Tyler at Tennessee. And then you have everything here filled out. This whole map is filled out except for down here. You did Poppy, Tyler, and don't forget to do Nana. Nana loves Honolulu. Think of Lulu Lily. Honolulu, Hawaii for Nana. And then I helped you with the whole test. So go right over here to Juneau, Alaska, and Alaska for Alexis. And I'll say, Juneau, you get the 100 on this test. Juneau, you get the 100. And that's the way you do it. I love you. Study, study, study.